My name is Sister Alice Strogen, and I'm a chaplain at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I love what I do.
Sister Alice was a remarkable healer. How could it be that a woman with no nursing or medical background came to be one of our most effective healers here at CHOP? I think the answer really lies in her ability to always be in the moment. I saw this in the families of my patients, and I saw this when my own son was hospitalized at CHOP for 6 months. At every moment, she made you and your family and the child feel like they were the most important people in the world. And she did this time in and time out.
And you remember Alice, you remember her by her laugh, you remember her by her support that she provided both to families and to patients, but to the staff as well. But what was really neat about Alice was that she was always present. She was truly present when you talked to her. She was truly present when she talked to families. And she seemed to just show up at times that you needed her.
Sister Alice was one of the most special people I have ever met in this building full of very special people. She's a true treasure, one that it was wonderful to be a part of her life at some point, and she will always stay in my heart.
She will be sorely missed, and I love her dearly. She was such a kind and loving soul. She always had a smile for you, and not only did it make me have a better day, it also made me want to be more like her and to give that to other people as well.
What I loved about Sister Alice was the great compassion she had for everybody here in this hospital, patients, families, and staff. I am the chaplain and I am today because of her, and am grateful for the spirit of love that permeated through her every time she walked into a patient's room.
And I think that one of the greatest gifts that she's given all of us is the ability to take a step back and try and be more like her every day, to really take the time to not be so rushed and to not act like we don't have enough time for each other. And I thank her for that wonderful gift.
Sister Alice really listened to patients and was there present with them. And even when the request was a little unusual, she was right there, wasn't afraid to ask.
One of the earliest recollections I have of Sister Alice is when I first started here 23 years ago in the ICU, the Pyxis, on the 4th floor. And when we would have an emergency, we'd call anesthesia stat or respiratory stat to the 4th floor. It would always be respiratory stat, and someone would say, "Did you call Sister Alice stat?" So she was in the lineage of all emergency stat pages.
We used to have a little code that I would page her, and as soon as she heard my voice saying, "Oh, Sister Alice," she knew that it was going to be a tough day in the NICU. But she jumped at the chance, and will never replace all that she did for families and the way she just seamlessly supported staff and families and all that were around her. And I really can't believe that I'm not going to see her again, except her presence will always be here.
I think the thing about Sister Alice that is the most amazing is her ability to connect to people. She could come and sit down and get into a conversation, and the family was immediately able to talk to her and feel comfortable and start talking about their fears and their concerns about their child in a way that they could not do to anybody else.
Sister Alice was one of those special people that you realize was put in your life for a reason, that your paths crossed for a very special reason. It was like this special magic that she had.
Sister Alice was someone who was by my side through some very difficult moments while my son was here as a patient. And I know that many families have expressed the same feeling of comfort and support. And I think her example to us is sort of her message to us on how we need to carry on without her.
Sister Alice embodied hope for me and for many families. I think you never left her without feeling better. She was a touch point for many of us, kind of a reality check. I think she had a unique perspective on this place and on all of the things that we encounter here. And she had a realistic perspective, and I think it helped us to reframe the importance of what we do here.
Sister Alice had an amazing gift of empathy, and I watched her, how she talked to people and how she really understood people. And Once I really learned that, it certainly helped me, and it was a true gift that she gave me. I miss Sister Alice so much, as everyone else does, and she was a terrific person and a huge asset here at CHOP. Her spirit is with us all the time. She's always going to be here, and we truly miss her.
I hope that within my work that I can only be a little bit of a ray of sunshine, as Sister Alice was to all of us. She is truly an honor and a pleasure to have her in all of our lives, and in my heart, and in my soul, and in the work that I do.
There are some people in this world that you walk into and just know that they're good people. Sister Alice was one of those people. She had an aura about her that was just good, and it was huge. And she had a smile that was just as big as the aura was. No matter where she went in the hospital, you felt the goodness from her. You felt the caring.
I've realized in recent weeks how thankful I have been to have gotten to meet Sister Alice. This is the person that is really showing me how I would like to act toward people.
Anyone who walked in the hallways and met her and ran into her would always say that they felt that she really knew them and they really knew her. And that is an incredible gift, to be able to connect and know exactly what a person needs at that exact moment. When I think about the legacy that she's leaving behind, it's about that hope, it's about faith, it's about compassion, and that's the piece that I take forward with me every single day when I think about Sister Alice, and I think about her commitment and dedication to the patients and families. She was an incredible gift to CHOP, and we're so very lucky to have been able to share her in our lives for all these years.
She also gave me a gift once, and the note attached to the gift said, "No matter what, continue your walk with the Lord with joy and conviction." And so I think that the best way to honor her life is to do just that.
You know, it's really been such a privilege to work with these families, and I've learned so much from them. We try, as chaplains to these parents who are here with their children, we come at a time when, you know, life is really feeling pretty desperate, and, you know, we try to bring hope to them, and we try to be a supportive and healing presence.
Thank you so much for all the good works that you do.
Thank you, Lynn.
We'll say a prayer for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. We could use that.
Dear Lord, we pray for success in our days, but keep us mindful that true success is a desire to serve. To be great is to serve in those quiet opportunities when our hearts touch another's. Bless our eyes that we may see other people's needs. Bless our hearts that we may feel other people's pain. Bless our minds that your wisdom may guide our actions. We love you, Sister Alice. You will always live on in our hearts.